You know, guys, I'm not surprised that Sony knows how to fuck things up. They're already fucking up with Marvel again. So, reportedly, Sony and Marvel are having big disagreements on how Spider-Man 4 should be handled. Sony wants another Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire Spider-Verse movie for their next big event, for the MCU. But then Kevin Feige and Marvel want Tom Holland's Spider-Man to remain street level for now until the next big Avengers movie. Him dealing with street tier criminals like Kingpin, Hammerhead, Tombstone, that type of stuff. And while I do love No Way Home, and I love Andrew Garfield, and I love Tobey Maguire, I just want Tom Holland's Spider-Man to remain street level for just one fucking trilogy. Nothing really needs to set up a next big movie. That's the problem with the MCU. And this isn't the first time that Sony and Marvel have had a disagreement over the character of Spider-Man. Because if you guys remember, a few weeks after the premiere of Far From Home, Sony made an announcement and said that they were pulling Tom Holland's Spider-Man away from the MCU and setting up his own movies while being the same character. And that confused everyone because Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man is very connected to the MCU, whether you like it or not, when it comes to the character of Iron Man, the Avengers, all that type of stuff. But now with Doctor Strange's spell actually happening at the end of No Way Home, Sony can really pull out Tom Holland's Spider-Man because everyone forgot who Peter Parker was and who Spider-Man was, so they can easily fucking just pull this dude out, especially with this whole Spider-Verse and multiverse stuff happening. Sony can literally fuck over Marvel and fuck over the character of Spider-Man for everyone else. Before anyone thinks that Sony would ever do this, let me remind you that this is the same company that is doing a whole spin-off Spider-Man villain universe without the character of Spider-Man. Fuck, dude. We're still getting an El Muerto movie, which makes no fucking sense because he's not really a Spider-Man character. He's only like in a few pages and that's it. We get a Morbius movie, which fucking sucked. And we get a Venom movie with no Spider-Man at all. Regardless of how you feel about Venom, without Spider-Man, there shouldn't be a Venom because those two are connected very, very well. I mean, it's one of the dumbest things I didn't like about the Venom movies that there has to be a Peter Parker Spider-Man connection when it comes to Venom. And with the Madam Web movie and Kraven the Hunter movie not looking so good, I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it past Sony to pull some bullshit like this and take away Tom Holland's Spider-Man, whether, they ignore the MCU completely or they pull some multiverse shit and they pulled away Tom Holland. I wouldn't doubt it that way. They can say that Tom Holland is their new Spider-Man, but, like I said, Sony would probably do some dumb shit like that. And it's just mind-boggling because Sony has gave us 2 amazing Spider-Verse movies and 2 amazing Spider-Man games. So just to know that they're beefing with Marvel over what type of Spider-Man movie they want, it's just fucking ridiculous. Oh, and I forgot, they also beefed during No Way Home because Sony wanted to reveal Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in a No Way Home trailer to promote ticket sales, of course. That would have been cool, but at the same time, Kevin Feige and Marvel wanted to keep them a secret. Granted, yes, we fucking saw leaked photos of them, so we all kind of knew they were coming. But I think Kevin Feige and Marvel were right to just deny Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield because when we did see them, granted, like I said, we had leaks, it was so fucking amazing because no one believed it. So, I mean, Sony kind of knows what they're doing with Spider-Man, but they don't know what they're doing, if you catch what I'm trying to say. Like, if Sony really wants Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire that bad, you can give us an amazing Spider-Man 3 and finish off Andrew Garfield's story, or fucking better yet, give us a Spider-Man 4 that's a proper goodbye to Tobey Maguire's story and that Raimi universe, and then he come back for Secret Wars, because I did enjoy seeing him come back, but I don't want to come back. I don't want them coming back so soon, and just for the sake of nostalgia, because it is going to get, pretty soon, nostalgia is just going to get annoying, especially with all these glorified cameos. We already have Deadpool 3 that's going to set that whole thing up, and I'm very excited for Deadpool 3, but like I said, you ain't gotta make Spider-Man 4 a big multiverse movie. Let it be street tier level movie. Let us see Peter Parker going against the mafia, just stuff like that, going against the criminal underworld, doing his Peter Parker thing, doing his Spider-Man thing, like infiltrating a warehouse that's ran by Hammerhead or fucking Tombstone, dude. That'd be amazing. Like, that's something I've always wanted in a Spider-Man movie. Not that I don't enjoy Doc Ock, Venom, Electro, Rhino, and all those villains, but I've always loved when Peter Parker and Spider-Man have just done, like, street tier stuff. Like I said, going against Tombstone and Hammerhead. You could even adapt the Devil's Reign storyline and have Charlie Cox's Daredevil team up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Hell, you could even bring in Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and maybe even the Punisher. That way, you can set up a Heroes for Hire TV show or movie with the characters of Iron Fist and Luke Cage. It'd just be cool. Like I said, I just want to see Spider-Man remain street tier for a while before we get like another big, Avengers level threat movie. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see another big Spider-Man 4 multiverse movie, or if you just want Spider-Man to just be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and just remain street tier level for a while in his own movie. Quick little edit because I forgot to mention it. So the issue was, of course, money, because, money is always causing issue. So Disney, Marvel, and Kevin Feige wanted a co-production between them and Sony, financing 50-50 between the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but yet they wanted to keep all the merchandise money and take a little bit of the box office money for themselves. And Sony, of course, said no, so it caused all that little feel. There's more to it, but I just wanted to add in the important part.